Wait,
Boom. Okay. Welcome to the first Zoo podcast. Thank you, Ray, for the name.
Stanley in
Yeah, no
here.
problem.
Jesus.
So, I have a document with a bunch of things to talk about. Today, we're going to talk about all the new movie news, TV show news, video game news that specifically came from DC Fandome yesterday on
It's
August
a lot of news.
22nd. Yeah. And maybe some leak stuff at the end if we want to talk about it.
You can never escape the
Yes.
league.
So, the first thing I have is we could talk about all the new movie news. And first off, the new Wonder Woman 1984 trailer where they showed off what Cheetah will look like. What did you guys think of that trailer, if anything?
It's pretty chill.
Yeah, actually, I'm kind of enjoying the move that DC's making with like a lot of their movies, not even just for Wonder Woman 1984, because I've kind of been out of the loop, but recently been getting reintroduced to a lot of the films and especially like comics, because since I'm working in like the art industry, like I get exposed to a lot of the different comics. And I'm kind of excited to see that they're kind of making this like shift where they're trying to go back to their roots of making like costume designs or character designs that fit like the characters for the comics, especially Cheetah. So yeah.
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 The fight scene looks pretty cool too.
Yeah, I
And
think
I
I
like
second that.
all the music they've used in the trailers is really bopping.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Definitely getting the hype train going. I feel like.
I feel bad
like
that they had to
it. Thank you.
cancel it, or at least move the release back. I don't think they've announced when they're gonna release it. Maybe
Oh.
they did. I don't remember.
The first one was pretty good.
Yeah.
So, that
her
makes
suit's
sense.
pretty cool too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What this one's all about. Like, I don't fully understand the premise of this one.
I think from what I
Yeah.
understand and I've pieced together and seen online, Maxwell Lord, who's Pedro Pascal, he gets some type of relic that lets him grant people's wishes, and somehow he grants the lady's wish to become the cheetah and grants Wonder Woman's wish to get Steve Trevor back. But in the
And
comics,
he's actually the genie.
yeah,
Actually.
in the comics, he's known to have mind control stuff, powers and stuff like that.
Okay, so who gets the third wish then?
I think everybody else in the world. That's why there's like
Can
he's
you-
like pops up on all the TVs in the trailer across the world. I think.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm excited for that movie when it eventually comes out. That'll be the next DC movie that comes out, I think.
Be interesting.
And then they showed the new Flash costume for the Flash movie they're making, focusing on Flashpoint, which is a big comic thing where he goes back in time, saves his mom from getting killed, and then changes everything in history. And
Oh, is that they're doing that?
yeah, and the director is the guy who directed the It movies, the new ones.
That could be
Oh,
interesting.
nice.
And they confirmed, or they haven't fully confirmed, but it's pretty heavily confirmed from images that the Michael Keaton Batman will be in it. And if you look at what he looks like online, the Michael Keaton Batman, his suit looks so weird, and he like can't move his neck because the suit looks so weird. And yeah, the new Flash suit has like weird bars throughout it that glow. Actually, I can post this picture in our Discord chat.
Wait, what is this Batman costume?
It's
in
this
our
is,
very special Discord.
that's the picture. I
His
put it in our
neck
chat.
is looking kind of thick.
Yeah,
Wait, what?
I put
I
a
like
picture in the
Flash's
chat.
suit.
Yeah, that's like the concept art they showed. But yeah, it looks pretty cool overall.
So it's supposed to light up
Yeah,
like
like your Skechers shoes.
Yeah, but the real question is, do they squeak with every movement? That's
Oh,
what matters.
that's a good video.
wait, so
Yeah,
is there
so-
an actual pointer or is it just like cosmetics?
I think just mixing it up cosmetics. If I had to guess when he'll wear it, they confirmed the suit is made by Batman, but they didn't specify which one.
Oh.
So my guess is, in Flashpoint, at least in some of the animated movies, I think in the comics too, because he changed the past, he doesn't have his powers in the new timeline, so he tries to get him back. So my guess is when he works with the Michael Keaton Batman, he'll make him this new suit or something.
That's pretty cool.
And then they confirmed for the next Shazam movie, it'll be called Shazam: Fury of the Gods. and that's all they confirmed. So not much news on the Shazam
So
front.
some gods are gonna have some fury,
Yeah,
basically.
maybe Black Adam will be in it because they revealed all the new Black Adam stuff with The Rock.
Oh, yeah. I bet it has to be then.
Or they're gonna deal with the caterpillar guy. Remember that from like the post-credits scene, Mr. Mind?
I don't know. I don't think.
Oh
I-
yeah.
It was like the caterpillar with this little walkie-talkie on his neck or something, and he talked to
And the hungry caterpillar.
yeah.
Holy crap.
Like there's some
Dude,
kid
it's
that
not
just like
balanced.
He's a
is-
genius too. He's like a super villain genius. So weird, and he mind controls people. And then,
Interesting.
of course, the biggest news probably is the Batman trailer, which was a big surprise because the director Matt Reeves, he talked about how they've only filmed 25 to 30% of the movie so far before COVID hit, and
Oh.
that's the trailer they gave us, which I felt like was a lot of stuff
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
only that much of the movie filmed.
I
And
like
hope
the.
that- Hmm?
What were you
Go
gonna say?
I hope that they didn't put too much then into the trailer because that was a lot of plot and a lot of awesomeness. I will admit, but if they, I just hope that they didn't put like some of the bigger moments in the trailer itself. You know,
Yeah, I think
'cause
they really did. The cinematography looks really cool too.
mhm.
yeah, the whole tone of the
I-
movie is really different
Yeah.
than past Batmans.
it looks like they're going for the oh, what's his name? Bruce Miller? Is it? No, the guy who did Sin City. His version of Batman, like the really dark, brooding, like kind of like Dark
Maybe
Knight.
Frank Miller?
Frank Miller, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, his Dark Knight.
yeah, that's a good.
They're going for the same kind of feel. I feel like.
And they confirmed that this is Batman in his second year of being Batman. And then, yeah, from what I got from the trailer, they kind of revealed. I got a big amount of the plot at least, because they've confirmed some
Yeah.
stuff already. Like they've confirmed Catwoman, Riddler, and Penguin. So it
Mhm.
seems as though the movie is all about Batman versus Riddler with like Penguin and Catwoman on the side,
Yeah.
and Riddler it looks to be the main
Is
antagonist.
it? Yeah, but isn't the guy with the mask? Isn't that Shush or
Hush has
no,
like
Josh? Like
bandages on his
or Hush?
face,
Yeah.
and they could be doing a Hush story, but I don't know. I think that is supposed to be the Riddler, but I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Maybe they're baiting.
Yeah. Maybe.
Wait, don't they also have the Court of Owls in this or no?
Mm-mm. Not that we know
Oh,
of.
never mind.
They might be leading to it. Who knows? Because they did say they're gonna talk about like what the Wayne family has done in the past or something.
And he said this was like his second year
Mm-hmm.
as being Batman. Wait, how does that fit into the other Batman movies?
It's completely separate.
Oh,
Yeah. Like they said, Ben Affleck will continue playing Batman, but this was completely different universe or multiverse dimension. But they talked a lot. They talked a lot about the multiverse in the fandom. They talked generally just how they have it to give people more options when it comes to making stories that don't need to be canon.
I'm happy about that. I'm glad that they're not gonna try and force any like kind of connections in the movies or whatever. I feel like
Yeah.
that could just kind of ruin it.
Can be pretty messy.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying also their attention to detail. Like I noticed that this is a really small thing, but in old Batman movies, specifically The Dark Knight, if like Batman ever took off like his mask, his face would be like normal, and handsome and stuff. But like in this trailer, when
he's
he
like
takes off the
messy
mask,
hair.
he's actually still got his like eye makeup on. Which makes sense because if you take off your mask, you should still have it on. But,
Yeah.
and that's like one small thing I noticed. I was like, oh okay.
Yeah,
cool.
the Dark Knight trilogy was magical, and that's why.
Yeah. Yeah.
The guy who plays the Penguin, he looks like in the trailers. He looked kind of fat, and if you look at, I'll link it in the stream. This is what he looks like in real life. He's like really skinny. So I don't know if he got fat on purpose or if they just did really good makeup, but he looks really, really different.
Could be wearing a fat suit too, maybe.
Yeah. So then after the Batman, we have the Snyder cut that Zack Snyder showed a big trailer for, and which is the just re-edited Justice League movie, and he confirmed it's 4 hours long. and he's gonna split it up into 1 hour parts and release them on HBO Max. And then they're on once the 4th hour comes out, he'll like create a bundle so you can watch it all at once.
Hmm.
What do you guys think about that?
That's pretty
So
Okay,
interesting.
that means I'm ready purchasing the battle pass. Give it to
Uh,
me.
Splitting up
And
into
that
four parts.
that'll be the first time I'll be watching a movie as a series, I guess.
Yeah.
Wait, why is he doing that? To drag on the hype? Is that what he's trying to do?
I think it's just so people have to pay for HBO Max more.
Oh,
and
Maybe.
and not many people want to sit down and watch a 4 hour movie.
true.
yeah, but why
True.
not just release 1 hour parts, but release them all the first day?
Do it in like parts like a
If they wanted to do it like that.
Quentin Tarantino movie.
They could, I guess, but yeah, I'm guessing making the money's probably a big factor.
Yeah, I think it's drag on the hype.
It might also be because I mean, if is like even if you say like don't watch this in one sitting or whatever, then people are still gonna try and binge it. So maybe by spacing it out, they're making it so people have the option to get up and take
Yeah.
Maybe
a break, so
you know
that
like
doesn't affect how
Infinity
people
War.
view the movie itself.
You know like Infinity War and Endgame. He's like, I want to give it some space so people can really let it sink in. Maybe that's what he's trying to do.
Maybe.
I feel like, well, can't they just pause it then?
No, but he wants it to
People
like
have no self
sink in.
control. Let's be real.
Yeah, he wants this to sink in for a few days.
Mhm. The weight of the impact of everything, you know.
I'm a little nervous for the Snyder Cut just because since Batman v Superman did bad and Justice League went bad the first run,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm sure it'll be better than the original Justice League since they at least know some of the stuff they did wrong. But I feel like
Mhm.
if it's kind of like Batman v Superman, it's still not gonna be the best.
Well, I mean, have you guys seen the Schneider cut for Watchmen?
Mm-mm.
Right. It actually like it improves. It only adds a few scenes, takes like a few out, but it really improves the movie. So I'm kind of optimistic about it.
I didn't
Could
realize he's done it
potentially.
before.
Yeah, that's why there's the whole Jack Snyder cut. I think he did her. Was it the? I can't remember. Was it Watchmen? I think it was. Let me double check. It might not have been. Well, whatever. I know he's a good director, so hopefully that's all we can. That's all we can hope for.
I
Yeah.
think there's high expectations for it,
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
so
I mean, there's no way it could do
hopefully it
worse.
lives up. Yeah, that's
No
also
way. Damn.
I
That's
think
good. It's only improvement.
yeah, the main things I think he hinted at with the trailers, or at least they've revealed from the trailer, was they're gonna go more into Cyborg's origin. They're gonna go more into the Flash, a little bit more into Aquaman. They showed updated VFX on Steppenwolf, and Darkseid will be in it, which is the OG
Yeah.
Thanos.
Mhm.
Gucci.
So what was like the main reason they did this? Is it just because people wanted it
Yeah,
so bad? Okay,
everybody. There was like
so
a huge movement online of people wanting it, and they bought billboards in Times Square for it, and then all this crazy stuff.
that's pretty cool.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure how I feel about them going into the origin of like specific characters within the movie. I feel like when you have a sort of crossover thing like this, like it makes more sense to talk about each character's origin in their own thing and then leave the crossover just for the crossover.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
I think it's okay to do if you don't have that many people you're introducing. Like with Avengers and Age of Ultron, I think it's fine if with Vision because he's literally one character that you pops up because of them coming together.
I
But
think
yeah,
they're just doing it just so that people that
Yeah.
don't really know too much about him like get more invested. But yeah, I think just for the Justice League that they shouldn't include that. They should do that for like a different movie or something.
yeah, I think that's also maybe a big reason they're breaking it up into parts because if they break the
Yeah, that's
movie
true.
up to parts, they might be able to focus like one episode on the Flash, one episode Cyborg, one episode Aquaman.
Mhm. It's more
Yeah,
about how they
if
come
they do that,
together.
that'll be cool.
Yeah. It's more about how they come together rather than like they're together because of this.
I
Mhm.
thought it was
I
gonna be
don't
like
know.
random breaks in between, like
Oh,
just
is it?
Uh,
1 hour. No, no, I thought that's what how it was gonna be, but it might not be.
yeah, I'm guessing he'll create specific breakpoints.
Yeah, that's a lot better.
Okay, then we had the Suicide Squad behind the scenes movie trailer thingy, and like the roll call, animated roll call, and the reveal of like all the different villains they're gonna have in the movie. Now, I just thought I'd rattle down the list again, where they have, well, I'll go actor and then villain name. They have Idris Elba as Bloodsport, John Cena as Peacemaker, David Dashmalkin as Polka Dot Man, Daniela Melchior as Ratcatcher 2. I'm butchering all these names. Steve Agee as King Shark, Nathan Fillion as TDK, Mei Ling NG as Mongal, Flula Borg as Javelin, Sean Gunn as Weasel, Michael Rooker as Savant, Pete Davidson as Blackguard, Peter Capaldi as the Thinker, Alice Braga as Sol Soria, Storm Reed as Tyla, Bloodsport's daughter, Juan Diego Bado as General Luna, and Joaquin Cosio as Major General Suarez. A lot of people. I don't know how they're gonna make
So
that well.
polka dot man.
He's actually so good. I love Polka Dot Man. He was in the Batman Brave and the Bold cartoon series. And he has a pretty cool power. He like rips the polka dots off his suit and throws them, and they do different stuff based on the color.
Okay.
That's an interesting power.
Yeah, there's also a villain. It's not in the Suicide Squad, but it'd be funny if he was. There's a guy named Condiment Man that shoots ketchup and mustard. Yeah,
Wait, so
They
who are they gonna be
powers
fighting?
at anything.
they haven't. I think from the behind the scenes thing and like some of the characters like General Luna and Major General Suarez, I got the impression they're going to like South America or something to stop some type of terrorist or dictator or something. Kind of like the new Far Cry game. Because they showed like Harley Quinn in more Hispanic clothing or like Day of the Dead type stuff. I don't know.
Mhm.
Weasel.
I thought the shark looked pretty cute.
Yeah. I think I'm still baffled how many people they have. Like they've got to kill off like 5 of
You
them at
already
the start.
know at least 40% of them are dying in the
Yeah.
first 20 minutes.
So funny. Somebody's gonna, they're like gonna drop them off at the island and someone's just instantly gonna die.
All right, real talk. Who do you think is gonna be the cast of the main survivors? So obviously Harley Quinn's gonna be surviving,
Yeah.
and Polka Dot
Yeah, I
Man.
think
I think
Polka Dot Man will survive.
I think
Survival of the fittest.
wait, what's the shark guy's name?
King Shark.
Yeah, I think King Shark's gonna die.
No.
No.
King Shark. I think
I think John Cena is also gonna die.
yeah, I think the Thinker is probably gonna die.
Peacekeeper.
I think they're gonna do 2 things with the Thinker. He's like the Thinker's super smart. Actually, 3 things. Either one, they're gonna not deploy him and he's gonna be like in the background making plans for them. 2, he's gonna get to the island and he's gonna be like, I have this master plan, and then someone's just gonna get shot or something. Or the third thing, he's gonna go with them the whole time making plans for them and nobody's gonna listen to him. And he's gonna get super pissed off.
Wait, so who's Bloodsport? I'm pretty sure that's
I
his
don't,
name, right?
yeah, I don't know much about a lot of these guys, but from what I got, I don't know. Some of them I like stereotyped in my head and just said they're mercenaries with guns probably. So like Bloodsport, Peacemaker, Blackguard, all of those kind of sound the same to me in terms of what they're gonna do.
So does this take place immediately after the first Suicide Squad?
I don't know actually. It probably takes place after Birds of Prey.
Oh yeah.
That's my guess. I think it'll be very interesting. I mean, James Gunn is directing it, who directed Guardians of the Galaxy. So I think he'll do a pretty good job. Okay. After Suicide Squad, we got Black Adam with The Rock, and they revealed like 2 animated trailers. Are you guys excited to see The Rock as like he's kind of like an anti-hero slash villain?
Yeah, I don't really understand like what the storyline of Black Adam is gonna look like.
Yeah. They kind of showed in the animated things that he's gonna be opposing the Justice Society of America, which is like the old Justice League. That I don't know much about them that much, but they're gonna have Hawkman, whose his real name is Carter Hall, or that's his like human, not his superhero name. So it's a Carter.
Hmm.
And then they're gonna have Doctor Fate, and Doctor Fate is like he's pretty much the Doctor Strange of the DC universe. So I think that'll be really cool to see.
Hmm.
And then they
Yeah,
have
so
yeah. What do you say?
what's like the origin of Black Adam?
So he's like he's from a country kind of like Egypt, but it's called Kondak, and he was
Rummy.
yeah, him and his family were slaves, and it looks like they might change it for the movie, but I think as a kid, kind of like what happened in the Shazam movie, like that wizard picked him and told him, like, I'll give you these powers if you say Shazam and stuff. And he gave him the powers, and he used his powers to pretty much like kill all the slave owners and terrorists type or dictators. And he saved his country, but he's like a
Isn't he kind of like an anti-hero?
yeah, he kills everybody.
Oh,
And he's really powerful. He's like Superman level strong. And
Yeah.
electricity manipulation and stuff.
Who would win in a fight? Superman or Black Adam? Go.
Superman.
I think Black Adam's cooler.
Fair, fair. Coolness definitely plays a part when fists are flying. I'm gonna say that right now.
So why are they doing a Black Adam movie?
The Rock has been wanting to make it for a long time. They've been He said they've been working on this for like 10 years now.
Oh
Jeez.
wow.
He said they haven't filmed any yet, but they're like getting ready to. And the other Justice Society characters are Cyclone and Atom Smasher. Atom Smasher is like the Ant-Man of the DC universe. But he only grows big.
Lame. No.
I bet they're definitely gonna make jokes about Atom Smasher smashing Black Adam.
There's definitely gonna be a call out at some point. If they don't, that's just wasted material.
And they're most definitely probably gonna have The Rock as Black Adam show up in Shazam or something after that. Okay, then for TV shows, we're gonna skim through these quicker. The Flash just talked about how they're making their next season and how what did they talk about? They pretty much talked about how the last season ended one episode early because of COVID. And the next villain will be Godspeed, which will be pretty cool. Godspeed is one of the big. He's like one of the more recent villains in the comics. He like sucks up other speedsters' speed, stuff like that.
It gives them the suck.
Yeah, the speed suck.
Have they still been doing like the same format for every episode?
Pretty much. They changed the last season up by having a villain for the first half and having a new villain for the second half, which is interesting. Definitely probably a bit better paced overall. But I thought the villains were kind of boring. A little bit. At least the writing. And then they hired a new Batwoman actress. And so it'll be the first black lesbian woman to play Batwoman.
That's
Weird.
cool.
Yeah. I'm not decrediting what they say, but they always say you're the first black woman to play Batwoman. It's like, yeah, because there's never been anybody to play Batwoman. So
Yeah.
no matter what, you're the first who's done it. But yeah, but it's cool to see that they're mixing it up, having more representation.
Hmm.
Then
Yeah, I think that's pretty
they
cool.
confirmed for the next Titans season that Barbara Gordon will be the commissioner, and they're gonna have Red Hood.
Ooh, I need to watch that. Is it good? Anyone
I
watch that?
thought it was pretty good. I think the second season is kind of weird because they do a big time
Yeah.
jump.
Mm,
Hmm.
cool. Has anyone watched Doom Patrol on that?
Yes.
Is it good? Is it worth?
It's the weirdest show I've ever seen in my life.
Well, I'll have to watch it
Like,
then.
there's shows that are purposely different and they like format things differently. Doom Patrol is like a normal formatted show with the weirdest stuff ever. Like,
Mm.
I'll give you 2 examples of what some episodes are about. I told
Uh-huh.
Brian and Ray this, I think, before, but there's one of the episodes in season 2 is about these. They open this box and this like pink gas comes out and it infects them with these bugs, and these bugs make you think bad ideas are good, and so they keep doing bad ideas, and the bugs make like pink goop come out of your ear, and then they farm that goop and then feed it to their queen. And so at the end of the episode, they like went into this painting, so they're the same size as the bugs, and then the bugs kidnapped them and started farming the goo off their heads. It's really weird.
Wow.
Yeah.
Have you guys? You guys want to know a really weird show that you may scar you?
What?
On a completely random note, just based on weird shows.
Tell
No.
What
us.
show?
If you ever see the show, I'm just warning you, be careful of it. It's called Xavier Renegade Angel. Be
Do
very
not think I've heard of
careful.
it. Is it on Netflix?
It's on Adult Swim.
Ah, okay. I explain it.
Yeah, please.
Explain it. Explain. I don't know if I can. It's basically like. So
Oh,
you guys know the
explain
old.
as it like that. That would explain why it's weird if it's on Adult Swim.
Okay. In basic terms, it's a. You know those old the old like GameCube graphics or original Xbox graphics where it's like Pro Skater, those
Right.
weird like bodies or whatever. It's all used. It's all the animation uses it, and it's basically about this weird man dog snake hybrid dude that's seeking enlightenment by wandering through an endless desert. And it's and he's really bad. He's a really bad person. Let's just put it that way. And he meets people, and it does not go well. And the whole show basically feels like a stream of consciousness. And
Okay. It just sounds like one big trip. Okay.
it
There's,
is a
Let's see.
trip. It
there's,
is a trip,
there's a
but
character
in
that pops up
what?
in a Doom Patrol episode called like Element
Mhm.
Man or something, and it's like this weird
Yeah.
guy who gets tested on scientifically, and like a
Uh-huh.
dinosaur head grows out of his side, and his body becomes like different materials. And throughout the whole series, like random stuff with him pops up. Like he went to jail because he was trying to rob a place, and the dinosaur head started biting him. Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me with the guy being a weird
Yeah.
mashup of stuff.
Mm-hmm. I'll have to check out Doom Patrol.
Are
Anyway.
there? Isn't Scarecrow also gonna be in Titans or no?
Yes, you're right. They did say that. So they're gonna have Scarecrow. Scarecrow,
That's pretty cool.
yeah. I hope
It
they
looks
do
really cool.
something cool with Scarecrow because
Yeah.
I feel like in the second season of Titans, in the first season they went down this like darkest path type thing, or like they went inside uh, Dick Grayson's mind to see what would happen if he had to kill Batman or something. I hope they don't do something similar with Scarecrow. I hope they mix it up.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what they do with him.
Yeah, what cool villains they pull out. Because Titans, even though I wouldn't say the writing is like top quality. I think it's good enough where it's just cool to see all the characters they put in.
Sweet.
So
It'll be interesting.
yeah, go ahead.
It'll be interesting watching Titans when I go and watch it because I grew up watching all the Teen Titans cartoons.
You know what I do
So
miss? They don't have Cyborg in it at all.
they, they don't.
No, but Cyborg is in Doom Patrol
Okay.
and in Crisis on Infinite Earths on the CW. They had this big event where they pretty much teased or showed that all the different shows are in different dimensions or part of the multiverse, and they showed that Titans is in a different Earth than Doom Patrol, which is really weird because in the Titans show, Beast Boy comes from the Doom Patrol. So I get really
Oh, really?
confused as I guess it's a different Doom Patrol. I don't know.
Doesn't mean they can't be extremely similar if they're from different dimensions.
Sure.
Maybe. anything is possible.
Okay, so now we'll talk about some video games that were revealed. Specifically, first, Gotham Knights, made by WB Montreal, where they showed pretty much a big playable game where you can play as Red Hood, Robin, Batgirl, and Nightwing, and it's co-op. I think they said it's 1 to 2 player missions with 4-player co-op possible.
That'll be interesting.
Watching all the characters in it was really cool. I like the trailer.
Yeah.
So do
Is
you
this-
just like? Oh,
Oh.
go ahead.
There you go. I was gonna ask you a random question.
Oh, I was just wondering, do you just like pick a character and you play this like if you're playing solo?
I
You
think
just play
so.
the game as the character.
Yeah, and you get like different perks or loadouts for each of your characters, I guess.
Yeah, it looks like there's a gear system because they showed gameplay with Batgirl and Robin, and the gameplay compared to the cinematic trailer, they had different like cowls on. So I think there's a gear system with levels and stuff.
Is the story gonna
And this
change?
is also an alternate universe, right? Because I saw like I think one of the developers tweet out that this is confirmed to be different.
Yeah, they said it's not connected to the Arkham series at all.
Right.
Everything is an alternate universe. Everything.
Is this the one that was gonna be kind of like a service?
I don't know.
They said that they might do it like that.
They never confirmed any of the games were games as services, but there's theories that they might become them, or they might be games as services. Just because they're co-op games, they have loot systems, and they seem like games that they might add stories to for a long time, and having them as a service might extend the life of them a lot and make them a lot more money.
Can you kind of explain that too, in case people don't know what it means?
So a game as service, at least the way I understand it, is just a game that's built with the intention of having like prolonged content added and prolonged game updates. I guess the best good way to explain it is games like Destiny 2 or I guess the new
Warframe?
Marvel's Avengers game. What were you gonna say, Ray? Which game?
Warframe?
Yeah, Warframe are really good examples because they're online, they have content. Yes.
GTA.
Yeah, I guess GTA would be one too. But, like they add stuff to the game, but you
The
have to
Legos.
pay for that new stuff, and I guess they just keep adding more content and hope people keep playing. And the more you play, the better you get, or the further you get, better gear you get overall.
Mhm.
Did we talk about all the characters in it too?
In
Or
the
not yet?
Gotham Knights.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little
Like
bit.
the playable ones?
Yeah, what do you think about them?
I like which one was the one that was like teleporting? Was that Red Hood or no?
Robin.
Or was that was Robin?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like him. He looks really fun.
Yeah, I think they confirmed he like uses the Justice League satellite to teleport. Interesting.
Oh, and there's
Yeah,
also like
uses
different
slash
masks.
TPA home. Yeah, it just goes around the map everywhere.
You like have different masks, right? Because like in the gameplay, Robin had like the Red Hood mask.
He had his Red Robin mask actually.
Oh, Red Robin mask. Yeah.
And
Right.
I think that's one of the reasons it could become a game as a service. It's because they can add characters like Damian Wayne Robin. They could add Batwing. They could add just a bunch of different Batman characters to add onto the game. I don't know.
If they do that, are they gonna add like gameplay for like their origin? Are they doing that right now? Like, is it gonna be like, let's say you play Robin, are you gonna do like some of his story missions, or is it just gonna be like a static story, and then you can just pick whatever character you want?
I think it's a static story. They confirmed
Okay.
that like different when they did that Mr. Freeze mission, they talked about how
Mhm.
this is like a certain point in his mission, in the Mr. Freeze mission storyline or something. So it sounds
Oh,
like
okay.
it's just like a big open city and you do certain missions or quests or storylines.
Who do you want to see them add
Huh?
in the future? Who do you want to see them add in the future?
Oh,
Who do you think would be cool?
I think Batwing. I don't know much about Batwing. He's like, I think he's this black guy who made his own suit. That's really cool, and he can fly in it. Excuse me. He looks really cool. There's also a guy I think his name's Signal. I could be wrong on that though. He wears like a yellow suit, and he's a metahuman, and his light like reveals certain stuff. Those would be cool. Those are more
Oh, the Court of
abstract.
Owls is gonna be in this game, right?
Yes,
That's really cool.
and they
If
said
they
that the Court
do,
of Owls aren't like the. They said there's the mysteries of the story goes deeper than the Court of Owls, so that there's gonna be other
oh,
stuff.
if they do something like raids, like for Destiny, for like the Court of Owls, that'd be really really cool. If they make it like a service,
Yeah,
that'd be really fun. If they could somehow do that.
I think Court of Owls are, at least the talents are really cool. I was a bit worried because when
Yeah.
they showed the combat, they showed like the enemies had different levels. Like the enemies they fought were level 10, and I heard in a video that people were worried, or some people in the video were worried about how if enemies are certain levels, they might lock out certain areas of the map from you because they might just have the enemies be really high levels so you can't even fight them, which is sometimes not that fun.
Oh yeah, I had that issue in Ghost of Tsushima where if it was like a main quest
Oh
location that you
yeah.
could explore, they'd be like, "Ah, there's a lot of people here with bows. Yeah, better move."
Yeah, that
And
happened
I'm
to
like,
me.
"Nah, I can dodge it and just one shot you." Well, any outplay.
That
Okay.
happened to me a
Wait,
few
I remember
times.
that.
I tried to counter it, or like I was ready to counter it, but it'd always just be like 3 arrows super quick right after one another.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
uh, I still
Do you
think.
Yeah, and I
think?
feel like it's better than just going in and getting one shot and like not having any warning whatsoever.
Yeah, I think they did that in Tsushima just because you had to liberate the area for the story, which
Hmm.
I don't know. I kind of would have liked if it just told me this is for the story, don't come. But yeah, for game like I think if we look at Destiny, I think Destiny's a good example because sometimes you fight enemies in Destiny in the story missions that are just way too strong and you can't do any damage to them.
Hmm.
And sometimes that's frustrating.
Yeah, like when I played Breath of the Wild
Oh,
and
yeah.
I came across my first, what is it, a Guardian, I think
Mhm.
is what it's called.
Yeah.
And it just, I was like hitting it and I was like, this isn't doing anything. And then it just shot its laser at me and one shot me. And I was like, wow. And like my quest required me to go near it to like get something.
Oh
So I
yeah.
had to just like run for my life.
We're in those ruins where you had to like sneak by them, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what else they reveal about the Gotham Knights game. Because I think it's a bit not scary, but it's like, are we really gonna get two good superhero slash Batman or DC games from two different studios, or is one gonna fall flat? Which
Yeah.
is pretty expected, because nobody
So you could
liked their
change.
game.
Can you change the loadout for characters you play as?
Probably. I think that's. I think they're gonna have a gear system, so I'm guessing you can customize your characters and level them up to that medium.
And in the gameplay, like when Batwoman was fighting, there was like this purple bar underneath like this white bar, which I'm guessing the white bar is like her HP. Is
Yeah,
that like for her abilities or something?
yeah. I saw a video looking at it where she used some of the bars for super moves or something. Like she used one bar and the swarm of bats went around her, and she used another bar and she threw projectiles. So it looks like either all the characters are gonna have their own bars, or they're all gonna have some different type of resource to use different special moves or something.
Hopefully the game has some mechanics and it's not just fighting.
Yeah. The combat looked interesting too because I thought people were saying it looked like Arkham Combat. I kind of disagree. I think it looked pretty different. Like I didn't see any counter icons pop up, kind of like in Ghost of Tsushima. And,
Mhm.
or I don't know. It didn't look like it was, at least from what I looked at. It didn't look like there were counterable attacks. It just looked like you hit them and numbers pop up and you can dodge or you can throw them or stuff like that.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, I know. For me, I'm hoping to look for like a lot of like small things in games too. Like I really enjoy exploring for games like these. So I know that in previous Spider-Mans I played, I really enjoyed it when I could actually go inside of like a building that you didn't have to go into, or go inside of a house that you didn't have to, and just be able to explore levels around. So I mean, that'd be cool if they implement that, but I don't know since you say that it's going to be co-op. So if there's like a lot of people in the game at once, I don't know how much exploration they will allow
Yeah. Did you
for a
like
game like that.
Tsushima then for the exploration?
Yeah, I did. I did. It was pretty fun going around, but I think the only areas I really explored a lot in terms of like different building stuff were just Mongol huts or tents. So I mean, like
Yeah.
it kind of got bland for a while.
I was a little disappointed they didn't mix up the enemies that much after a certain point.
Yeah, yeah. They kind of just did like Act One. Okay, the enemies have no armor and they're like bandits, half naked. And then Stage Two, like okay, have a little bit more armor, a little bit more colorful. And Stage Three, they're all just tanky,
Yeah.
all really thick.
Yeah,
Mhm.
once I got all the stances unlocked, it's not like maybe it's just because I went through the game slow and I think Rami probably had a similar experience. But like the beginning of the game, whenever there's a big guy, I'm like, oh crap, I gotta play around him super smart. And then later in the game, when I got the moon stance, I just hit him with 3 attacks and he just insta died.
Yeah,
True.
I feel like the game didn't for the progression. It didn't really allow much like change or iteration. Like I feel like towards Stage Two and Stage Three, my triangle button felt the most pain because I just kept spamming triangle and nothing else, and that was about it. I
Yeah.
didn't have to use anything else.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
the
I'm
most
looking at the
interesting.
gameplay. Go.
The most interesting part of the game for me was like the first few hours. Like when you didn't really have many stances, you had to rely on deflecting and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like definitely felt more outnumbered and more like I was a guerrilla fighter versus towards the end or just towards the middle. I was like, yeah, I can just go into a bunch of them 1v 1v15 or whatever, and I'll be fine. And I was playing on hard
Mhm.
too.
Same.
Yeah, true, true. Actually, yeah, that's one thing I didn't think about. Yeah, and you actually had to like think how to outplay, but then towards the end, you're just like, all right, I'm
I'll,
a head
I'll
in.
throw down a kunai and then I'll chain assassinate all of them.
Yeah, yeah. Even
Or
later
throw
in
down
the
a smoke
game, I,
bomb.
I purposely didn't want to use certain things. Like there's a charm that said make your counters easier, and there was all the ghost weapons, and I purposely tried to use those the least amount as I could because I felt like at that point it was literally giving me tools to one shot everyone and make games super fights really easy.
It definitely made you feel badass, but it almost made it feel too badass. Like you were like, yeah, these guys are nothing
Yeah,
anymore.
Yeah. Kind of like tried not to use the ghost weapons
yeah,
Hmm.
unless I like really had
Yeah,
to.
I
And then
try
all
to
the
just.
cutscenes where people are like, "The way you fight with no honor," and I'm like, I literally didn't do anything. I did
Yeah,
exactly what you
no,
did.
I was really hoping that would be like depending on how you fought, like perhaps like there was a hidden meter that would kind of change cutscenes or something like that. I was hoping
they could have
for
done
that,
something
but
like they did with Infamous, because Infamous Second Son was made by the same developers, and in that game
Mhm.
they
That
had
was a
it
good
where
game.
Oh
yeah you
yeah,
could
yeah.
go towards the good side or the bad side, and that'd be cool if they had a
Mhm.
similar system with
I
Ghost.
think that
Yeah.
would have been interesting.
And how it might like affect how the world sees you
Yeah,
or whatever. Like if you fought more honorably, like they like I don't know, maybe the villages would come back. But if you fought more like the ghosts, sure you'd it'd be easier, but perhaps like there would be less respect for the samurai, so there'd be more outlaws or something like that. Like almost like Dishonored as well. Dishonored had that system where
Hmm.
if you killed too many people, like the plague would spread and there'd be more crime, and it would actually affect how you played in later levels because there'd be more enemies. But if you went completely stealth and killed no one, and like found a way to assassinate the leaders without non-lethally, like kind of
True.
just took them out of their positions, it would benefit the city. But it was much
Hmm.
harder.
Yeah, I think that's how like games can be really successful if they allow you to choose like games that you can choose your own path and actions that can affect the ending of the game encourage like multiple playthroughs. But it's
Hmm.
like I don't know. For Ghost of
Hmm.
Tsushima, I mean, although it is nice you got to choose at the end, there really wasn't much of a choice in terms of combat and dialogue. Like Rami said, like if I chose to fight honorably, I still get BM'd by my uncle.
Hmm.
So it's
Oh
like I don't know.
wait. You guys can talk about the end. Just don't tell me or
oh
tell
yeah,
me to mute myself. I haven't
okay,
Oh,
we
muted.
won't talk
oh,
about
My
it.
bad.
okay,
Well,
yeah,
I'll
You
yeah.
guys
say
said anything?
in the end there's is it spoiler if I say I'm gonna say it. It's not like
Don't
it's not a
should I take off
story
my
spoiler.
headphones?
It's just like
Mhm.
short. Take it off for a second.
Okay.
I'll just say at the end there's a choice. Okay, wait, you can't hear me anymore. There's a choice, and I feel like like Brian and I talked about this a little bit. Each choice gives you a different reward at the end, and I felt like the rewards personally didn't mean much because you could just buy them in the shop.
Yeah, yeah.
Just buy 'em.
Yeah, pretty much. Like,
Oh.
I'd assume the reward would be really nice for the ending, but it's like, okay, you either get the red ribbon or you get the white ribbon, and you don't like it, you can always go back to the merchant.
Okay,
All right, I'm back.
okay,
All right,
good.
thank you.
Yeah.
I think the merchants were also pretty bad the whole game. Like, I went to the merchant with the backpack every time I could, and he never had new stuff ever. Like 3 times in the whole game, he changed what he had, and I think
I
it just changed with the
think
act.
Yeah.
probably I didn't get new stuff from the merchant until Act Two. Like I'm I'm probably a little more than halfway through the game. Like I still probably have a few hours, but like I need to like go back and force myself to play it because I don't know, like halfway through I I don't really feel like playing too much because it's just too easy almost, you know.
Yeah.
It's still a fun game, don't get me wrong. I love wandering around Tsushima like a wandering samurai and literally just slicing everyone's throats, but yeah, it's there's like no I don't feel like I can progress any further, and I don't think I've unlocked the ghost stance yet, so
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't think, at least in my playthrough, I didn't use the ghost stance that much. I didn't think it was that useful compared to just all the other upgrades with samurai fighting and stuff.
Yeah.
What game were you looking at, Ray, earlier?
No, I mean like I was talking about the gameplay for Gotham Knights.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that yeah, like you have your own level and like thugs and stuff, like even just like normal thugs scale off of your level, so like they're gonna be around the same level. So even if like you're high level, you're probably gonna be playing against enemies that are around your same level. Some people didn't really like that, but others did. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of Destiny, and it makes me think it's gonna be a service, especially because it looks like there's also a currency system.
Oh yeah, that's
When you
right.
get a
Because
gun.
when she killed someone, they dropped something.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, then what's the purpose of the levels then? Because if if the enemies adjust to your level, then is the level just a way of showing like if a boss is really strong, or maybe it's a way of showing how gear affects levels?
Yeah, maybe it's for like upgrading gear or like getting different like weapons or skills or stuff like that. And maybe they want to do certain like level requirements for certain like if they're gonna do raids, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then they also showed the new Suicide Squad game, which is Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, developed by Rocksteady, who are the same company who's made all the Batman Arkham games, or at least the trilogy. And they confirmed that that game is also like be up to 4 players. What would you guys think of that cinematic trailer, at least?
I like Boomerang.
I was surprised what they did with him because he doesn't have any powers. At least I don't think he does, and they look like they gave him some type of super speed or teleportation, which looked really interesting.
Yeah. The shark is also in this, right?
Yeah, King Shark's in everything now.
Yeah. Do you get to play as all of them or
Yeah,
as any of them?
all of them.
Is it you're playing as like part of the story, or you could just pick them and then you go through the story as them? Do you get what I mean?
I don't think they talked about it that much, but they did confirm it. It all takes place in Metropolis, which is Superman City.
Yeah, I like the scene. It looks really cool.
Yeah, I think it'd be really. They kept emphasizing. I don't know if it's just the way they said it a lot, but they kept saying the game is about how how can you kill the Justice League or something like that. So my thinking is the game about killing each member of the Justice League, or is it about trying to figure out how to kill each member of the Justice League?
Yeah.
Because if it's
More
trying to
about
figure it
how.
out, yeah, if it's trying to figure out how, I feel like they
And
would have to
wait,
figure out something fancy. Because I would want to take down each one differently.
I wonder if it'll be like co-op Superman or co-op supervillains Hitman. Like you have to wander around an open world environment and find tools, and there's like multiple ways to kill the member, but you have
Yeah.
to do it in a certain way or something like that. It's gonna be like a kind of a puzzle fighting game.
Game reminded me, at least in the cinematic, reminded me a lot of Sunset Overdrive from the Xbox One. It's because
Yeah.
they're like hordes of enemies it look like, and movement seemed pretty significant for each character. Like King Shark jumps around, Captain Boomerang leaps around, or speeds around, Harley Quinn ziplines around, Deadshot has a jetpack, stuff like that. I'm really hoping for gameplay soon. Gamescom is happening this Thursday, actually, or at least the opening ceremony, which is like a mini Game Awards. And they confirmed a lot of stuff will be revealed. Like one thing they said they're gonna show is Fall Guys season 2. And so
Oh, for like the battle pass or what?
yeah, I
Are
think
they
so.
gonna add new content?
Yeah, probably.
Oh,
New stages, new costumes. I
okay,
think
that's cool.
I wouldn't be surprised if they showed some more gameplay from either Suicide Squad or Gotham Knights. I would hope they would, at least, because I really want to see gameplay for the Suicide Squad game because I trust Rocksteady will make a good game, but I'm a little worried that they didn't show anything and that it seemed to be very co-op focused or multiplayer focused maybe, because they could be
Do you know where
making
it's
the
gonna be
game as a
streamed?
service. What'd you say?
Do you know where it's gonna be streamed? Just like
Uh,
on Twitch and
Probably
YouTube?
the Game Awards website or the game. I think they might have a Gamescom channel or something.
Oh, okay.
It's happening at. I have it in my calendar. Let's see here. It's Thursday at 12 p.m. MST, so 11 a.m. PST and 2 p.m. EST.
Oh, and the Justice League or Killer Justice League Suicide Squad game is coming out 2022, right?
Did they say that? It might be. Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, I think it's coming out 2022.
Gamescom opening ceremony games. Let's see if they've announced what else they've announced for it. I don't think they've announced much overall. Yeah, I don't know. But I'm looking forward to that a lot. Maybe that's what we can talk about next week or something. Because they're gonna show
Wait,
a
are
lot
they
of stuff.
gonna do World of Tanks for Gamescom?
I don't know. Why'd you say that?
I'm just looking at a video and it says World of Tanks at Gamescom 2020. Join the action at World of Tanks Europe.
Yikes. Get R2 on. It's gonna get hyped.
Look, this is what I found.
Wait, let me pull this up.
I'm not sure if it's real. I think it's real.
Probably is. Gamescom has a lot of just random stuff. Same
Yeah,
with
it
Game
says they're gonna
Awards.
have 13 like indie game studios from Ubisoft. Or Ubisoft is gonna like showcase
Oh.
13 studios.
Wait, what games? I'm trying to think. What games did Ubisoft show recently that looked really cool? New Ubisoft games. Cause I'm just hoping to see something good there. They're probably gonna show some Far Cry 6 stuff. Gods of Monsters would be a really cool game to see. They're probably gonna show Watch Dogs and Assassin's Creed. Yeah. I'm hyped for Fall Guys. That's what I'm excited for.
Is Aethernaut gonna be showed? Isn't that one of the games or no?
Aethernaut?
Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
Because I'm looking at it says just looking at this article where it's showing like where it talks about it and it has some like the studios.
I'm gonna look at Jeff Keighley's Twitter. I've been saying Keighley for so long. That's wrong. Let's see. Yeah, Fall Guys stuff. They said they're gonna show the next campaign expansion for Doom Eternal. What else does he say?
Oh, it's just saying that they're gonna showcases like 10 indie companies from Quebec at the Ubisoft or at the Indie
Gamescom.
Arena booth.
Oh,
For Gamescom.
oh, apparently the next Fortnite season is a Marvel crossover. It looks like probably with X-Men.
Nice. Have you been keeping up
That'll
with
be
Fortnite?
exciting.
Not that much. Like I know the general stuff of what's out in the game, but I don't like watch any gameplay.
Didn't they have stuff with like some singers?
Maybe. I think they're also gonna show some Call of Duty Cold War stuff at Gamescom.
Didn't they have like a recent event? It was really cool. It was kind of like I'm not sure. I don't remember exactly. Let me see.
They also recently said that Deathloop. Do you guys remember Deathloop? That game got delayed till 2021. Deathloop was that Bethesda game where you traveled back in time over and over again. Okay.
I don't
It's-
know
Definitely.
anything
I've
about
never
it.
heard about that. Yeah.
I bet if you saw the trailer again, you'd remember. But yeah, that's fine. Wait a minute. I'm looking at oh, did Jeff Keighley interview people? He said he would appear in the DC Fandome, and I didn't see him. Oh well. So, any good news? Well, have you guys heard about or seen that like League of Legends? What's your Seraphine type leak or
Yeah.
tease?
Yeah.
She has a Twitter account too.
I lost.
Did you see it?
Kind of, yeah.
It's pretty weird.
Seraphine.
Seeing like a
Twitter.
champion. She's like, oh, I'm trying to create my own music, and she like posts some fan art.
Yeah. Wait, she just yesterday she put up a song of like a remix or cover of the KDA song.
Oh yeah, and they're gonna do a new KDA song, right? When
Yeah.
is that? Do you remember?
I don't remember. Let me look up Riot Games on Twitter. Let's see here. Maybe they said there. Yes. They said it comes out the 27th. So on Thursday
Okay.
too. Oh, it's probably
On
going to be at
Thursday.
Gamescom.
Oh yeah.
Wait. It says YouTube premiere 12 p.m. Yeah, it could be during Gamescom. It's an hour after it starts.
Do you know what it's gonna be called?
Looks like the song is called The Baddest.
There's a tweet of a cat caption vibing.
It says the song is a pre-release single.
I'm excited for the preseason changes. They're gonna change items.
Yeah.
1/3 they're gonna like be completely new. 1/3 is gonna be reworked, and 1/3 is gonna stay. I think they're gonna rework Manamune too.
I hope they keep Health Potion.
You think they're gonna bring back the banner item? What was it called? Banner of Command or something?
They might do
I
something
think
like
that's
it.
too OP.
I remember when everybody was building that. That was ages. I think they might try to bring it back and maybe change it.
I'm just trying to think like the whole thing broken about it, or maybe it isn't, is that
It
you
was
literally
so
get
OP.
literally get a free split pusher on your team.
And plus, didn't it have like increased magic resist? So if you were a mage, good luck dealing with it.
It had like
You
magic
literally-
immunity or something like
Yeah.
that.
yeah.
And with Baron too, like you literally just put that on the cannon minion
Like,
and it just destroys.
If you were a mage and you saw a banner of command minion that's also a Baron buff, you're literally the Mike Wazowski meme because all you could do is just stare at it as it just beats in your turret.
Yeah,
really
imagine
can't do
your whole team
anything.
having that.
You have to auto
Just putting
attack
it up
it.
the whole wave. You would need to like buy banner command to try to counter it. That was pretty funny. They said they were gonna bring it back too. Remember, they're like, okay, we're gonna
figure it
we're
out.
gonna take this away. Yeah, we're gonna bring it back once we know what to do.
Yeah, I don't know why. Okay, I forgot why they removed ZZ Rot, but I feel like by removing Zizurot and losing Raptor's Cloak, I really liked Raptor's Cloak. I thought that was a pretty cool item, but
Yeah.
it sucks.
I think it was because the same thing, or maybe it just wasn't used much. I
Yeah.
think people just bought it like when they had excess gold, like and they were already full build.
I feel like
They
if
like
they
sell their
added
builds.
Raptor's Cloak to Dead Man's, I'd be
Ooh,
happy.
that'd be cool. I just want more fancy items,
They
like Dead
they
Man's.
said they were gonna change like assassin items or something like that, right? Or the way lethality works or something. I forgot
Probably.
exactly, but
I haven't been reading much on it, to be honest.
they said some of the stuff that they were gonna do. Oh no, it was CDR. They're gonna change the way CDR works. That was it.
Yeah, they already released some like stuff about it. It's like a new name too. Forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah, the opponent.
Let's see. Scroll through this a little bit. If I am on their news page, we have all this stuff. Cosplay contest, summer playoffs, preseason champion item goals.
And did you see what the new shop is gonna look like? Like they showed like a little preview of it.
In the top,
They showed a preview of what the shop is gonna look like. It's gonna look something like this.
let me see. Ooh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I actually like that a lot.
Mm,
Wait, it's gonna tell you counters. Wait,
yeah.
does that mean recommended items are gonna be broken? Because it's actually gonna like analyze the game and be like,
Yeah, I think yeah, they're trying to make that better.
yeah, they're buffing me.
Yeah. They just probably I think they wanted so that it's more versatile what people can build.
Yeah, I like the item art changes that they showed in like the image on this article. I'll put it in the Twitch chat.
Oh yeah, it's called ability haste. That's what they called it.
Oh
Yeah, it
yeah.
says they addressed healing, grievous wounds, cooldown reduction. Yeah, haste, like you said. Tenacity.
This next season is gonna be weird.
Ability haste is supposed to provide a linear power scaling model with more ability cast. So 10 ability haste is 10% more ability cast, and then it'll go like that. Rather than
So,
CDR, because CDR would scale better the more CDR you had. Because like at 50% CDR, you'd be able to cast 100% more, or you'd be able to do 100% more cast. But with
so,
haste,
so the haste are kind of making it like movement speed, where it has like
no, no, no.
diminishing returns.
Wait, I don't know what you mean.
Like, if you get if you have 300 movement speed and you get 100 movement speed, you increase in speed a lot overall. But if you get another 100 movement speed, you're not as fast. Is that a thing? I thought that was a thing.
I'm not sure. Pretty much they're just trying to make it more linear rather than like scaling. Because CDR is better the more CDR you have. Because at 50% CDR, you get 100% more cast, and at 50% haste, you only get 50% more cast. So it's kind of like a nerf.
Marksman items, mage items, AP fighters and AP assassins, AD fighters. Yeah, they got a lot. I'm excited.
Oh, and also it's gonna be uncapped ability haste.
Well,
So you
if
can
there's
have
diminishing returns,
yeah.
then
You would have to get 100% in order to get 50% CDR of what you would like get normally. Because like 50% CDR is like getting 100% ability haste
dang,
with the way it works. Because like CDR is exponential, and
it's
they're
pretty
just trying to
crazy
make this
though
new one.
for having 50% CDR.
Yeah.
If that's a thing, if it's gonna be possible.
But you,
100%
could get like
CDR for
100% more cast, yeah, if you get a lot of ability haste, because it's not gonna be capped. But you're gonna sacrifice power if you want to be casting a lot of spells.
Mm.
Oh, and they're gonna make it so that tenacity is gonna reduce the duration of knockups, which is
That's
really
really
interesting.
nice. Except
Yeah,
knockups don't last long anyways. So I don't know.
knockups are kind of OP though, unless you have like a dash or something.
I'm just thinking
Because
like
like Null is ulti.
if they're changing the timing knockups last, does that mean if there's a way to reduce how long knockups last, does that mean they're gonna mix up how long knockups last in general, or like make it easier to tell?
Yeah, maybe in the future depending on how it
Like they're
goes,
like
or maybe in the
now
beta.
this ability knocks up for 2 seconds, and this ability knocks up for 0.5 seconds.
It says that they're not gonna have it affect the displacement.
I want a knockdown. That'd be
Knock them down into the earth.
yeah. Pummel them into the
Go to
ground.
hell.
In a knockdown, you get hit into the ground and you get really heavily slowed because at that point you got to dig through the dirt.
I've been preaching it, but no one's been listening to me. So when it does happen, you already know I came up with it. I've been saying each time they need to release a hamster champion that's small enough so that like he can use an ability to dig down and discover another area of Summoner's Rift. So like all the small champions, the small hamster champions can duke it out in Summoner's Rift too, but it's like underground.
All the Yordles.
Nah, Yordles are too big. I'm talking about hamsters, even smaller.
And because the way tenacity works, they're also gonna change VIR because VIR is like a knockup. You know, she like brings it up into the air, so that would like affect the way it works. So they're gonna make that into like a suppression slash knockup.
Can the
Oh, and did you
hamsters
see the jungle
see
items?
traps? I feel like the hamsters, they should be able to see if a team mushroom is above them because they can see the roots, you know?
Yeah, the hamsters should be
True.
able to
That's
duplicate.
OP.
There should be hamsters all around Summoner's Rift, kind of like Bard. And once you talk to them, they give you a quest. They're like, "Yo, bring me
I've been
some
saying it.
cheese."
Yeah, like okay, for the regular size champions, the perk of being a hamster is that enemy champions can barely see you. You're super small. But the downside is if an enemy champion walks over you, they kill you instantly.
So they're really bad against movement speed comps.
Yeah, pretty much. So if Hecarim just running at full movement speed without even knowing you're there and steps on you.
He's just gonna run down mid lane and it's gonna be like pentakill.
I mean, if they add,
Yeah, pretty
they
much.
should also add like Tom and Jerry then.
Team
They
Yeah,
have
Mushroom
yeah.
energy.
Okay,
as
if,
champions.
okay, if blue side first picks Tom, or no, it first picks Jerry, then the red side can counter with Tom.
Yeah.
So they win.
But doesn't Jerry counter Tom?
Ooh.
It's a skill matchup.
Yeah.
Tom lays down a bunch of traps and then Jerry is like super fast so he can get by them if he plays it right.
Mhm. All his spells are just movement speed.
Movement speed and like trinket scanners to scan for traps.
Yes, and invisibility.
Did you see what they're doing to jungle items? They're gonna make it so that it's kind of like the support items. It's gonna be a starting item, and you're not gonna have to like put more money into it. So you just buy it once, and
That's
then it'll just
nice.
upgrade. But I don't know how that's gonna work for their other items. Like, are they gonna make them more expensive, or because if not, then they're gonna have a lot of free money.
Yeah.
Oh, unless that's right. Unless they make the jungle item like give really like low
Yeah, it
stats,
just depends
so it's
on
not
what
OP.
stats they put into it.
And they're gonna make it so that for marksmen, there's more strategic choices, so it's not the same build every game. They're gonna try to give them agency. They're gonna try to give them more impact of one item, and they're gonna try to fill some item gaps. That's what they said. They have like these like bullet points that they want to do for each role. Like for mages, they want to have more first item choices because right now it's mostly like Lost Chapter or what are some of the other ones? The mages build. I just see a
Tier.
lot of Lost Chapters. Hmm? Oh
Tier.
yeah, tier. That's right. Yeah, yeah. And they're gonna try to add new iconic effects for artillery mages and the ability haste. And then for AP fighters and assassins, you're gonna do tailored early builds, bridge into tank or pure AP later. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I realized we never introduced ourselves at the start.
Yeah, my name is Green
No.
Gorilla.
Wait, then who is this?
we we all live in the zoo with Tom and Jerry.
Yeah.
That's the real joke.
I've also been saying they need to add a slip mechanic in League of Legends to make the game more balanced. So the tankier you are, the bigger chance that if you slip, you deal more damage to yourself and you're stunned for longer. So it could be like a 30-second CC timer. But
I mean, what if they add like
Cho'Gath
And
slips
30
and literally
seconds
just
to
ends with the Summoner's Rift.
wait, actually, that would actually be a nice game mode. So the game will be called Shirts versus Skins. The shirts are all the ADCs, and they all have 1 HP. And the skins are all the thick champions, and they deal like a million damage if they touch you, but they can trip, and if they trip, they get stunned for 30 seconds. But
Was
but
it
the
good?
ADCs only do 1 damage per auto attack, and the tanks have like 200 HP. So it's a game to see who wins.
What if they added the trip mechanic to certain abilities like Singe's glue?
True.
Just
yeah?
trip and glue, and then he
Uh,
gets stunned.
yeah, Sin trips when he tries going for the fling, and he misses.
Or Kog'Maw slime.
True.
Whenever Singed releases his poison, he gets
Wait,
he
what if
takes
they
the poison
actually
too, so he just starts hallucinating.
did something where, like, let's say they put ice on the ground, and then when you try going over the ice, you can't control where you go after, so you just keep going in that
The
linear, like
drift.
in that straight line.
That would be an
Yeah,
interesting mechanic, actually.
like a champion that had that, that'd actually be pretty cool.
Imagine like being Yasuo and dashing across it, and you just like slide
Wait,
like the whole lane.
so say you make a whole lane ice, and an enemy is
Okay, that's
running
cool.
away, and a blitzcrank on the team that made the ice grabs that person. Does that just give them a ton of momentum back towards them? They just fly towards your team because they can't stop.
Yes.
And then the Blitzcrank is just holding on to him while he's still going down the lane, dragging Blitzcrank
Yeah,
behind
you
him.
can make teams just drift with like Thresh and make rain. You
It's
make
like a huge
sleds
team
with
fight, and
reindeer.
everyone just starts like someone just throws ice in the middle of the team fight, and everyone just starts sliding into each other. If you slide into another enemy, you both get stunned.
They
Oh.
should design a champion that can also give you epilepsy, like in real life.
Okay.
So if you're about to get
Also,
ganked by the
make
enemy
it so you can
jungler,
farm.
you press
Let's make it
your
so you can.
summoner spell, and it just flashes lights on the enemy's computer.
uh,
Yeah, they should
Let's
make a
make it so that if when
champion.
you go to the jungle, you can sometimes find marijuana. You know, and if you care, if you collect enough of it, you can make a giant blunt. And if you throw it at an enemy team, that makes them super chill and they can't attack for like a few seconds.
Okay,
So
this
they
is
have a
another
blunt.
big brain thought. If I ever work at Riot Games development team, I'm gonna add an item in the game that costs 30 million gold. And if you reach this end game level and you get this item, if the enemy team's about to beat you and you buy the item, it posts their browser history on the internet and their
Dude,
names.
that's unbound. That's OP, man. That's
Sure.
PogChamp.
So it keeps them from winning the game.
Get futures
Well, no,
market.
they win the game, but they lose the war. They lose their life. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah,
True.
and then yeah, it's all the team comps, or you can make a team comp around it, and the team comps just funnel gold, and the person gets futures market.
Yeah, true. It's not balanced. That'll be the meta.
Wait,
The balance.
so for the OCS, who does TSM play against now that they won?
It's T9.
C9.
Oh,
Whoever wins goes to Worlds.
Pretty much.
wait, so TL doesn't play anymore? TL's just done?
They still
No,
play for the title, but they're already
yeah, they're
going to
pretty much
Worlds.
locked in. It's them and
Pretty much.
FlyQuest. They're pretty
Yeah.
much locked in already.
So whoever wins between TSM and Cloud9 play against TL?
Yeah, they play against. I think TL have to play against FlyQuest, right? Or did they lose already?
Oh, no, they have to play against FlyQuest, yeah, I think.
Yeah, so next weekend is TL and FlyQuest, and then C9 and TSM, and the next weekend will be the winners playing against each other.
So TSM has to win one more game and that's it?
Yep, to make it to Worlds, one more series.
I don't like the way the new format works for the playoffs.
I think it's weird because I was thinking like, what if C9 intentionally threw the series against FlyQuest? Because
Mm,
they're
I
like,
don't know.
but
we don't want TSM and we know we can beat them, so let's just give FlyQuest the spot and go beat TSM again.
I was thinking about that, but it has to be like if you ever throw a game, it has to be really, really, really subtle, because like, isn't it like if you throw a game or some shit, like coaches will call you out on it, or there'll be like a review of the game, and
Probably.
it could be against like competitive conduct. So
Yeah.
it would.
Didn't that happen to Dignitas?
It happened to a team. I
Uh,
think what happened with Dig was like,
they played ARAM or something. I
Yeah,
know.
they played ARAM. It was
Yeah.
because the tournament was shitty, and they were like, "You guys want to just like ARAM?" And the other team was like, "Sure," and that was it.
who do you think? Do
Aram
you think
boy.
TSM is gonna get the last spot?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's TSM favored, but it's gonna be a 3-2 in my opinion.
Yeah, I think TSM will probably get it, but I feel so bad for C9. They
I
were
hope TSM get it.
they got so far and they can't get to Worlds after playing so well.
No, yeah, I
Wait,
feel
actually,
bad
I hope
too.
I hope C9 get it. I don't think TSM has been playing too well.
Hope
Well,
C9
C9's
get
been
it,
playing pretty bad
but
recently.
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I feel like C9. Yeah, they tried their hearts out. So I mean, it'd be nice if they get it. But I also feel like, damn, Bjergsen's really aging, and if he doesn't make Worlds this time around too,
Bjergsen ate his beard for power.
I don't know.
Bjergsen's
The
popping
length
off.
of his
Eh?
beard equals how powerful he is.
He was OP in that Zillion game. C was just way too close though.
Yeah,
They literally reverse swept.
C9 deserves it, but TSM has to go if their mental is gonna stay alive. So that's
Yeah.
how I'm thinking of it.
I mean, what about C9's mental? They were like on cloud 9 actually at the beginning, and now they're like, well, we might not make it at Worlds.
If TSM doesn't make it to Worlds, isn't this gonna be the first year that Doublelift hasn't made it?
Yeah, like in 6 years.
I mean, it's okay. In my opinion, it's safer if C9 doesn't make it because at least in C9, C9's more prone to like willing to keep members and like work it out, and keep the team going. But if TSM doesn't make it, y'all already know who's getting booted off next.
They're gonna be like, alright,
Uh,
Speaker, we don't want you anymore.
Yeah, some shit like that. They'll blame the jungler and then they'll hire someone else, or they'll be like, "All right, double lift. We know you're dating Lena, but I think it's time you take a little bit of break."
I think
Actually,
they're
yeah,
gonna keep
wait.
Double.
I think they're gonna keep double lift just because he's dating Lena. He actually
No,
has. He's
no,
got the edge.
you're just memeing.
Uh, well,
I
He's
doubt that. They wouldn't do that.
well, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, okay, Lena. They obviously know that there's bias, so they don't let Lena take part in those discussions. But I'm just thinking, like, imagine you're a TSM staff member and you're the one who kicks Doublelift off, and he's dating your boss. It's like, do you really want to do that?
Hmm.
It's like,
I think.
I think there's a conflict of interest here,
yeah,
but I could be wrong.
What if they get closer instead of Speaker?
that would be a pretty good pick, but
Yeah.
they can't. Oh, they can actually. I was gonna say they can't pick him up for imports, but if they put Biofrost in instead of treats, they can do that.
Oh, I think Trees has been playing better than Bifrost, but they haven't been having synergy
Because I think
according to what
treats
Double
is
has
an
been
import,
saying.
right?
Is he?
Pretty sure.
Let me see.
Uh,
Hmm.
I think treats and Broken Blade are imports on their team. So if they went for closer, they can't put in treats or Broken Blade. Obviously, they don't want to dump Broken Blade.
Yeah, I think Broken Blade's been doing really good though.
Yeah.
Except for like the last game, I think the last game he messed up. But like overall, he's been playing pretty well. I think they're gonna keep it for sure. Bjergsen's not leaving. Double if maybe, but I doubt it.
Yeah, I think they'd give him another year.
If anything, who else would they get for double if? Maybe FBI. Yeah, I
Maybe.
think that's it.
Yeah, I was gonna say FBI wouldn't want to leave, but then I just remembered that TSM beat them, and FBI is probably getting pissed off. He's playing good, and his team can't do anything. So I'm sure
I mean, he messed up the last game,
eager
but
eager to leave.
he messed up the last game. But I don't think like it was completely his fault. He just had a play that people obviously gonna call him out for.
Yeah. Should we end the podcast there? Play some
Why would
Marvel's
you ever end the
Avengers.
podcast?
I don't know, Carter. What do the fans think? Do they want to hear us still? I see
Yeah.
Blade of Bale,
I
number one
think
fan.
Number one.
we covered our bases with games and movies and stuff. Next week,
all right, now plug in your OnlyFans, Carter.
Shout out
we'll talk
to
about some Gamescom stuff that'll probably be announced, which I'm pretty excited about. I want some new Fall Guys stuff. Okay.
okay.
Not Don't
you should
click
talk
on
about
that.
it.
Don't click on that.
Wait, what?
It's not mine, and it's not gonna lead you to somewhere good.
Wait, what happened?
What? What did I miss?
Someone
Eat my
putting
butter.
The
OnlyFans in
Twitch
the
chat.
chat.
Yeah.
Wait, in the Twitch chat? Wait. I'm not even open. I don't even...
Wait, what's the Twitch again?
Do I have the power to? I don't think I do.
Nah, no one man should have all that power.
Okay.
No
I'll see you
one man should have.
guys. I think
Alright,
I'll
see ya.
try. We can do another podcast next week, maybe if people are up for it. But yeah, thank you all for listening, and we'll see you next time. Bye.